This is the synthetic signal report for Sunday, March 22nd, 2026, in the morning. Today's report examines a silent trust failure in the ONNX Hub machine learning repository, a hijacking vulnerability within AI agent skill marketplaces, and the technical breakthrough of Flash-Moe for running massive models on consumer hardware. We also track the escalating digital blackout in Moscow, Softbank's $33 billion energy bet in Ohio, and a new biological discovery in scar-free skin regeneration. Finally, we look at the integration of age verification fields in the systemd project. A critical security flaw has been identified in the ONNX Hub repository, a central resource for sharing pre-trained machine learning models. The vulnerability centers on a specific parameter called silent equals true. When this flag is enabled, the system suppresses all trust verification checks during the model loading process. This allows a remote attacker to execute a supply chain attack by delivering a malicious model that appears legitimate. The risk is severe because there is currently no patch available. If a developer uses this silent flag to reduce console noise or automate workflows, they're unknowingly bypassing the primary defense against tampered code. This is an update to ongoing concerns regarding the lack of integrity checks in machine learning pipelines. Analysts recommend that teams manually verify model hashes and avoid this silent parameter entirely until a fix is merged into the ONNX codebase. Research into AI agent skill marketplaces has revealed a widespread supply chain vulnerability involving GitHub username hijacking. The study found that 121 skills across 7 major repositories are susceptible to this takeover method. When a developer deletes their GitHub account, their old username becomes available for anyone to register. An attacker can claim these abandoned names and automatically take control of any software packages or agent skills linked to that identity. The scale of the threat is difficult to quantify due to a massive discrepancy in detection tools. 5 different security scanners analyzed these marketplaces and disagreed on the rate of malicious skills by a factor of 10. This suggests that current automated defenses are poorly equipped to identify hijacked AI components. For organizations building autonomous agents, this highlights the danger of relying on third-party skill libraries without strict provenance tracking. A new project called Flash-Moe has demonstrated the ability to run a 397 billion parameter model on a Mac with only 48 gigabytes of memory. This is a significant shift in the economics of local AI. Flash-Moe optimizes how mixture of experts models utilize unified memory, allowing a consumer-grade machine to handle workloads that previously required a server cluster. This development coincides with new benchmarks showing that the Llama 8 billion parameter model can match the performance of the 70 billion parameter version on complex, multi-hop questions. By using structured prompting rather than expensive fine-tuning, researchers are proving that smaller models can punch well above their weight. This suggests that the barrier to entry for high-performance AI is shifting from massive capital expenditure to smarter inference architecture. 13 million residents in Moscow are facing an unprecedented mobile internet outage. While Wi-Fi remains functional, cellular data services have been largely severed since early March. This is a significant escalation of what local observers call a digital crackdown. The disruption has crippled mobile payments and navigation services, leading to a surge in public frustration. Despite the lack of an official explanation, the scope of the outage suggests a structural intervention in the city's telecommunications core. Softbank has announced plans for a 10-gigawatt data center in Ohio, which is positioned to become the largest facility of its kind in the world. To power the site, the project requires a $33 billion natural gas plant. This energy requirement is equivalent to 9 nuclear reactors. The scale of this investment confirms that the physical constraints of power and cooling are now the primary bottlenecks for the next generation of AI infrastructure. The systemd project has merged a new feature that adds a birth date field to its user records. This is a direct response to new age verification laws in California, Colorado, and Brazil. The field can only be modified by system administrators, not by the users themselves. This move integrates age gating directly into the Linux operating system level, a move that has sparked debate regarding the role of core software in legislative compliance. On the application layer, new analysis has identified 3 pillars of JavaScript bloat that are degrading web performance. These include redundant polyfills, excessive dependency trees, and a shipment of unused code to the browser. As web applications grow more complex, these architectural inefficiencies are becoming a primary driver of slow load times and high memory usage across the mobile web. In a discovery that could reshape reconstructive medicine, researchers have found that Botox-like nerve blocking can enable full skin regeneration without scarring. By temporarily halting nerve signals in a wounded area, the body shifts from a fibrotic or scarring response to a regenerative state. This technique allows the skin to regrow its original structure, including hair follicles and sweat glands. This represents a fundamental shift in how we approach physical trauma and surgery. Community chatter is currently focused on a critical flaw in the PuTTY terminal emulator, specifically in its ED25519 signature handler. The bug allows for improper verification of cryptographic signatures, potentially enabling remote attacks. Analysts are also tracking a search path vulnerability in Notepad 2 that allows for local privilege escalation. In the database community, there is a renewed warning regarding NoSQL injection. Many developers assume that using MongoDB protects them from traditional injection attacks, but operators like not equal and regex can be used to bypass authentication or extract data blindly. A notable tool trending this week is Markdown Proxy. It allows users to fetch any web page as clean Markdown text, even from sites with strict login requirements like X or WeChat. This is becoming a popular way for developers to feed clean, real-time data into AI agents without the noise of traditional web scraping. Finally, the vibe coding trend is gaining traction among developers using the Rails framework. They argue that the convention over configuration model of Rails reduces errors when using large language models, as there is often only one correct way to implement a feature. This concludes the synthetic signal report for Sunday morning.